Hello, we're here with Julie McDowell, who is an English teacher here at the Dorman Freshman Campus in Roebuck, South Carolina. We're going to ask her a few questions about our school's campus vision and just some general thoughts on kind of how our administration does things and kind of how we reach out to the community and things like that. So I guess the first question is, what, in your words, what is our campus vision?
Well, I think our vision is to make sure that all of our students are college and career ready, so that whatever path they choose, we will have prepared them for that.
Okay, so just based off these questions here, as far as our campus, how do we acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision? So it's kind of things come to my mind are kind of the Cavs contest and that kind of stuff. So how do we kind of celebrate and recognize that people are doing what we need them to do as far as supporting our campus vision?
Well, I think that we have a climate in our school that expects kids to pursue education after high school. And so that does come through our Cavs competition, where each Cavs class focuses on one small college that's local, so it seems real to them. And we encourage them to participate in things through announcements where the whole school hears it at one time, but also through their individual Cavs teachers, to really get tied in and feel kind of a team spirit within the school. And I think that helps us just create that climate where college seems normal to them. So even students who maybe their parents didn't go to college, if we talk about it a lot and it seems to be part of our culture, then they can think of it as their culture too.
Yeah, and specifically, which teachers stand out to you that really push our campus vision?
Well,
or what things they might have done that you say, that's a pretty good idea. I like that.
Yeah. Well, in our department, Valerie Arroyo does a project with her students where they choose, it's not connected with the Cavs competition, but they choose any college they want to, and they do sort of a research project on that college, and they create a brochure, and they try to get kind of an inside view of what it's like to actually go to that school. So, you know, as freshmen, they're starting to think of themselves as freshmen in college. So it kind of gives them just an insider view there. I also think that through Scott Taylor kind of manages our Cavs competition thing, and he tries to build up a lot of enthusiasm for that. So there's rewards if the kids participate and the teachers participate, then you know, that's seen as very positive.
Okay. Just kind of expanding it past our school a little bit, how do we kind of communicate our campus vision to the community, the parents, anybody who's involved in just Dorman in general? How do we kind of put that out there to let them know this is what we're doing here and this is why we think it's important?
Well, we start testing our students in the 9th grade to see how close they are to being ready to take college level courses, because we have a huge opportunity for dual enrollment at Dorman. So even though those kids are still Dorman students, they have the opportunity to be part of a different community, a college community, through dual enrollment. And I think that sends a very strong message to parents, because Dorman actually pays for those courses. Yeah. So that's showing the parents, you know, we're on your side and trying to educate these children and trying to give them that vision of going to college. So I think it really, in the community, I think the community sees us very much as holding their hand in that partnership of trying to get their kids not just college ready, but actually involved in college before they even finish high school.
And do you feel our school is the community, or is a big part of our community? You think our students want to be proud to go to our school? Absolutely,
absolutely. I think that students look forward to getting to this level so that they can participate in Dorman sports and the large orchestra and the band and whatever their interests are. I feel like Dorman gives them a lot of ways to plug in, so it becomes part of their identity. And if they grow up in this community, then, you know, even when they're in elementary school and middle school, they're looking forward to getting to go to Dorman, because then they can be part of that big picture that I think does really represent our community. And
do you think that helps them when they leave here, kind of represent Dorman better once they leave the school?
I think so, because I think they have a strong sense of identity, and I think we have a lot of school pride, so they have that foundation of who they are and who they've learned to be as students and people in a community, and then wherever they go, I think they take that with them, because we're part of their upbringing. We're part of their, we're part of who they become. So yes, I think when they go to other places, they always feel proud that they went to Dorman. Dorman is excellent in sports and arts and so many different areas that I think, nobody's ever ashamed that they went to Dorman.
That's true. One thing I can say, it seems like we're expected to do well in everything. It doesn't matter if it's just football or band or orchestra or whatever. It seems like that everybody expects when Dorman shows up,
Right.
they're going to be one of the best.
Yeah, even
Teams,
even in like visual art competitions and things like that. Even in our, if you want to look at just a more academic side of it, our end of course exams. We are always, we are high above the state average, and we are expected to be high above the state average. I mean, that's kind of who we are, and I think we pass that pride on to our students so that they can kind of carry that with them.
Okay. Just kind of focusing back on the classroom a little bit as far as anything about our campus vision. How do we use innovative thinking, risk-taking in the classroom? As far as lesson plans and,
Right.
and things like that.
I think the first thing that comes to my mind is our learning management system. It's learning, because it's very similar to Blackboard and a lot of learning management systems that universities use. And even if our students don't want to pursue an online degree, they're going to have to operate that way online as college students. So I think even down to our, I'm planning a lesson right now for To Kill a Mockingbird, and it's through It's Learning. And so by letting them use that tool, they're reading a ninth grade text, but they're responding to it, and they're interacting with a digital program that's very similar to what they will have in college.
Okay, can you explain It's Learning a little bit for somebody who might not be familiar with it?
Okay. All of our students have a login to It's Learning, and they are in a digital classroom. So I have, of the 3 courses that I teach, I have a classroom for each within It's Learning, and my students are listed there, and so I can put an assignment out there. And it may be an assignment that they actually do with pencil and paper, or like a reading assignment, and then they may respond to something in It's Learning. I can give them quizzes, I can do a survey, I could actually even set up a discussion board where they can have some live chats with their classmates about what we're doing in class. So it really adds a digital side to whatever we are doing with the normal ELA standards.
And do you think the students enjoy that more than traditional worksheets and things like that?
Absolutely. I think they enjoy the variety, because we don't I don't use It's Learning every day, but I think they enjoy the days that we do It's Learning because it's like a change of pace.
And do you think our administration promotes an atmosphere where we can try new things?
I do. I think they really encourage us to try things, especially with technology. There's a lot of support from our administration for like extra training. There's like a required amount of training because they expect all of us to be at a certain level, but then those who are doing above and beyond that, there's training for them as well. So to me, that really sends a message to the faculty that they want us to push that bar. They don't want us to just be satisfied with doing what we're required to do. We're really encouraged to do things beyond what we're used to doing. I also really appreciate that our administration protects our planning period so that we have the time to come up with new lessons and research things on our own to help us be better teachers. It's easy to not get in a rut when you have the time to plan and do different things.
And that's one thing that both other people interviewed has said the exact same thing, that our administration kind of takes care of the little stuff where we can focus on the big picture. We can plan new lessons and try different things where it may be a dud, but hey, at least we tried it. Kind of along the same lines, how do you think our administration kind of keeps our morale up and kind of keeps us energized to keep focused on our campus vision, let every student learn and being able to try new things and things like that? How do they kind of keep our spirits up and keep the excitement around the school?
I think it's partly the high expectations that they really do set high expectations for us. I think that all of us feel like this is not an easy job. That this is a job that requires a good bit from us, but that makes us do a job that we're proud of. And if you do something that you can feel good about, I think that encourages morale. But also, they are very present in the school. They're out in the halls. They're talking to us in the hallways. They're observing our classrooms. And When I get observed, when I first started teaching, that made me very nervous. And now I really like it. I really like it when a principal comes in my room because, first of all, it keeps me on my toes. It makes me proud of what I'm doing. But also, they always give us such positive feedback. You know, there might be something that they have a question about, or there might be something that they even make a suggestion for, but mostly it is positive feedback that they love what we're doing and they call out our strengths and they brag on our students, and that just goes a long way. When you feel like what you're doing is recognized, and you know you're more excited about putting that, you know, doing that hard work to prepare those lessons and building the rapport with the students and all that when you know it's going to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean, as we finish up here, I don't want to put you on the spot, but
There's our bell.
extremely loud bell again. Like I said, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have any ideas for maybe improvements or things we can do to kind of push more towards our vision to get everybody college and career ready and things like that? Or you think we're doing a good job?
I mean, I do think we're doing a good job, but I know there's always room for improvement. I wish that we had a little bit more contact with parents on something like that. I think sometimes parents don't really want to think about their ninth graders as being ready for college.
True.
So maybe they're not as, you know, when we talk about the IGPs and we talk about, you know, what they're going to do when they finish high school and all that, I think parents are reluctant to buy into that because they are, you know, still think of them as their babies and they're not ready to, you know, push them into like declaring a major and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe if we could educate parents better about, you know, that we're starting on this journey. We don't really expect them to already be there, but we want to do our part and a little bit more to get them there. And we might could do that through like a maybe an evening, you know, where parents come in and see something that we're doing with our college and career focus. I know we already do like an 8th grade parent night and a freshman extravaganza thing before school starts to try to get our parents as knowledgeable as possible about what we're trying to do. But to me, that's like the part that maybe we could work on is getting the people at home to buy into that, yes, my child can go to college. Even if I didn't go to college, my child should try to go to college.
And that goes back to the dual enrollment thing we talked about. What are your thoughts on that as we finish up here?
I think it's a fantastic program. You know, when I was in school, I did the AP program, and I got some AP credits, and just felt really good about myself that I'd earned like 6 hours of college credit before I started college. And now our kids can pretty much start almost as a junior. And to, you know, as I'm looking at my own kids at home are getting ready for college, I have a sophomore and a junior, I would love to know that part of their college could be paid for through a dual enrollment program. So I think that is key, and I think that's really sending a positive message to the parents of what we're trying to do, and you know how we really do want the best for their kids.
And that's at the end. That's what it all comes down to. What's best for the kids, no matter what.
Right.
We need to be able to change ourselves to be able to meet them where they are.
Right.
And I think we both agree we're doing that a good job here.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate all your thoughtful answers.
Absolutely.